Now here's where you get, where people lose. Your body has cellular memory, proven. Your mind has neural pathways, and your DNA has a memory and an energy.
Yep.
That's your core energy. If you don't do something every day consistently, this is what happens. The power of intention has an accelerator of exponential results. Meaning, if I want to be grateful, I do it day 1, it's X to the first power. Day 2, to X to the second, X to the third, X to the fourth. Now I go get wasted, stay out all night, and I'm an egotistic narcissist who think of others. Now it's X to the 0 power. I've now zeroed out those other days. Now I start over.
Yeah.
What happens at the end of the month is I sit there and go, wow, I did this all month. This is the way the human mind works.
Yes.
And I'm like, why don't I get the results that Dave gets?
Yes.
Well, because you zeroed it out 3 nights.
Yep. Yep.
And I'm getting to the 31st power.
You're exactly right.
And it's the same thing why people, they're 99%ers. They don't realize how the body, mind, and soul works.
It exactly happens, by the way. The easiest place to see this is like with working out or diet, right? Those are the 2 of the easiest places. Don't you agree with that?
Well, and for me, I'm living proof because
Okay.
I work out X to the 31st power. I do not. I'm gonna have to leave here at a certain time because I go to Stark and they're gonna train me.
There you go.
And I had to drop my ego to realize I need a trainer.
Yes.
Because I was still stuck at 25.
Yep.
Doing chest tries, back and buys legs and shoulders.
Right.
Well, for me, I travel so much.
Yeah.
I zeroed myself out.
Yeah.
2 days ago in New York.
There you go. Right.
And I know it.
You know it.
And when I don't, I hold about 10 extra pounds right now.
Okay.
I'm good cardiovascular shape, but I'm carrying 10.
Carrying it.
But you know why?
Yeah.
Because every month I'm zeroing myself
zeroing it out.
just 2 or 3 days.
This is
I'm watching my diet.
Yeah, by the way, I love this. This is huge for people to get. It's like, because you meet people that go, I'm doing it all. I'm like, no, you're not. You're missing the 1%. That 1%, I love what you said, zeroes you back out.
It's a zero effect.
It's a zero factor, which also is important to know. That's why what you commit to doing needs to be something that's doable and consistent. People overpromise themselves. And the reason you lose self-confidence, I say all the time, is lack of self-confidence is the lack of keeping promises you make to yourself consistently, right? And it's because you overpromise yourself just like you overpromise the sales deal.
Yeah.
You're doing it to yourself.
Genius.
So you got to do the 30, whatever the workout is, select that you can do, whatever the diet is, or the phone calls are, or the meetings are. It's got to be something that stretches you, but that is actually doable that you can do consistent so you don't zero out. Love, 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 love this.
Yeah, and the advice that I had was given to me while I went to the gym that I went to because I wasn't getting results, is they said, we're not going to give you anything to do that you won't do the rest of your life.
Perfect.
And it gave me shivers. I was like,
perfect. It makes my life easy, brother.
And when people tell you about these weird diets, don't you cringe?
I do. I'm like,
how are you going to do that the rest of your
You're never going to maintain that the rest of your life. Or people ask me, hey, you're in really good shape. Like, what do you do? Work out like 2 hours a day, 7 days a week? No, I do something I can actually do forever, right? You're 100% right. The other thing people do that I love that you talk about, I love this, by the way. I knew we were going to have more stuff than I can get in that I want, but I want to keep going. So I love what you talk about. The other people think often too, when it comes to working out or business or diet, I have to be world class at it in the beginning, or I'm not favored to do it in some way. You talk a lot about this like crawl, walk, run strategy. Did I say that correctly?
Correct.
What is that?
So I believe that you need to crawl before you walk, before you run. In other words, there's 3 things that determine this potential that you have. One, skills. So how can you run if you don't have the skills to walk yet?
Wow, that's good.
2 is knowledge. How can you run if you don't have the proper knowledge, which most of it comes from either the internet, which is a type of mentorship, a modern day mentorship, or true mentorship. Asking for help. You know, I just don't get people that don't go to someone, and ask, hey, you're really good at real estate, Grant Cardone. Will you help me?
Right. Why do you think people don't?
Ego, for sure. That's why I didn't ask for help in my working out.
Okay, it was an ego
my
thing.
ego, I know what I'm doing, right? And meanwhile, when I went to the experts in nutrition and training, diet and all this, I was, whoa, why didn't I do this before?
Ego.
And I love when people ask me to give them my dummy tax.
Yeah.
Right? To me, I'm like, I paid some serious dues.
Yes.
You might as well benefit from it.
Exactly right. That's the point of your podcast and my podcast. It's like learn from these dues that we've paid, right?
Right. The how to.